Chapter 45. Granuela, I type while I wait for Grace. I'm not the man you think I am. I've been around. Okay, it's yuck. But what am I meant to say? I've never broken up with a woman who happens to be my mother before. You are clearly a beautiful woman, but I think it's better if we don't. Before I finish the sentence, Mum's reply flashes up on screen. I like an experienced man. Oh, gross, this is not what I expected. Rick is trying to tell her he's no good. Why won't she listen? I try a different track. I'm dull. I like football. I have nasal hair. I tape the Late Late and watch it twice a week. That should do it. Mum hates the Late Late show. Something about feeling she's a teenager living at home again. Grace lopes in with multiple bars of chocolate and hands me a Yorkie that's not for girls. Very funny, I say. Thought it might help you keep in character, she says. How's your mum taking it? She isn't. I show her Mum's reply. Anyone who says they're dull couldn't possibly be. I can cure you of your late fetish. There are better things to do on a Friday night. Yuck. Let me. Grace slides into the seat, displacing my bum, and types, You have me all wrong. I'm not romantic. I just wanted to get you into bed. Grace! You do want to put her off him, don't you? She says. Yeah, but Rick would never say that. Rick doesn't exist, says Grace. Mum says it happens all the time. Too much information. She hits send. We nibble in silence like binging Easter bunnies trying to double their body weight because they're tired of being hollow. Maybe she's right. For 5 whole minutes, nothing comes back. The nightmare, I think, is over. That's what I'm starting to think when the screen pings. Is it me or was that a really loud ping, I say? Who needs romance? Writes Granuela. Writes my mum. If I'm completely honest, and I appreciate you have been, I want hot, rampant sex and lots of it. You are going to... Both of us rush to switch off the screen as if our eyes had been burnt. We sit in silence and eat our chocolate, too grossed out to speak. Homework doesn't seem so bad, says Grace. Yeah, says I wouldn't mind being in school right now. Even with Mrs. Willow in a bad mood. Double bad mood, she says. Detention, I add, and Theo being nice. But some experiences are hard to forget. Did she really say that, I say? We chew it over until the supply of chocolate runs out and the need for crisps emerges. You have to tell her the truth, says Grace as we traipse downstairs, traumatised. I place one foot in front of another, saying nothing till we have officially raided the crisp stand at the bar. She'll never forgive me, I say. You can't go online as Rick, says Grace. You can't answer her. I know. Promise me, she says. I promise. We eat the crisps in silence. The last thing I want to see is Mum's response. Rick is no longer me. He has become this nasty guy and she still likes him. Grace tries to sugar the pill for me one last time. At least, technically, she can't be stood up by someone who doesn't exist. I prefer it when she gives me chocolate and thumps. Even the thumps are better. Insert. Worst jokes ever. On a speeding ambulance. Won't sell much ice cream going at that speed. What time is it when an elephant sits on your fence? Time to get a new fence. And for the season that's coming, what do squirrels give for Valentine's Day? Forget-me-nots. Days pass. Mum's busy but seems tired. Everyone is, but there's a sort of stoop to her shoulders as if she was expecting bad news. Grace, as ever, has the solution. Kill him off. Send an email from a friend informing her that Rick fell from a tree and drowned in toxic waste. Mum wouldn't believe it. So give him a wife and kids, a really young wife and gorgeous kids just like us, says Grace. But I can't. It'd break her heart, especially after her experience with Joseph, I say. And this isn't, she says. Not unreasonably. Tuesday, 2 full days before the festival begins. Despite the risk that Mum might remember she proposed spending the evening with me, I search her out. She's in the ballroom with the electrician who is wiring the venue for the band that still might not come. Oni's friends are there too. They seem to be everywhere. Chris's cupids are on plinths around the room. Banners and fairy lights hang from the coving. It's not elegant, but sort of magical. And slightly weird. Mum? 3 of the cupids whip off their togas to cover their ears, eyes and mouth. It's not that bad, I tell them. I'm concentrating getting her attention. Mum, I really need to talk to you. Now. Just say no, she says without even turning around. Whatever you do, don't be truthful unless you want to scare him off. Uh-oh. She's talking about what she said to Rick. The Cupids snigger. I tried to visualize pigeons dropping really heavy whales and crushing them on their plinths, but they're made of polystyrene. They'd probably just bounce into hundreds, millions of teensy, giggling mini Cupids. So I blink instead and make them immobile. Besides, Mum's warming to her theme, if he's worth it, he'll wait. The banner over the stage is back to front and she sees it when I do. No, no, no! Who put that up? Where's Chris gone to? I'm slipping out when she remembers there are 200 balloons to be inflated and nobody seems to know whose job it is. So you're designating me. Chief Inflation Officer, she dubs me. Get Grace to help. Great. Guilt, the embarrassment of having a boyfriend without actually having one, and 200 heart-shaped pink balloons to inflate. To be continued.